I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Bocchi The Rock, Season 1, Episode 6. I need this happiness in my life to go into the weekend.
Yeah,
you know?
You need this?
I need it. There's so much despair in animes sometimes, and I feel like I need a boost, a lift up. So I'm hoping that this is going to continue in the way that the past 5 episodes have of making me a happy person who likes watching the show.
There is a comforting aspect to this show. While there is unfortunate relatability that can be felt from it, it is also incredibly comforting.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like homey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume we'll have to find someone to sell a ticket to.
Oof, we only have 4 people.
Only have 4.
Well, 3 people and a dog.
That's 4 people.
There's 4 people. Dogs are people.
Ready?
Yes.
Sweet. Yes!
Wonder why we're recapping.
That's exactly how it happened. Kind of. The animation's so good.
Manager's authority. Menacing. Look at them joining together. Teamwork against the boss.
Oh no!
5 tickets.
Yep. Make a video. Make a community post.
Just make 1 friend.
Get another dog.
Do you have any aunts or uncles?
What a shot.
Grandparents? Cousins?
Get a cat. Damn! That's just unfair. What the? It's all pixel art.
They better not back out.
This is so cool, man.
What?
Whoa. Yes, we all believe that.
Empathy for others. Oh,
oh no.
Oh. Very cute. We know her printer works, but the handmade feel, I love it.
Damn.
And now someone will come and help her pick them up.
Oh no.
The new song. Are you gonna lie? Brag? What are you gonna do? Totally extroverted guitarist. It definitely fits with her idea of an extrovert.
Good point.
I mean, I do like some miso soup, but... Oh, that last sound was not good. That was a I'm gonna throw up sound.
Sounded like friendship.
The perfect hangover cure is friendship.
Do you have a hangover cure?
Don't drink.
You heard it here first, folks. She has a sharp tooth. It's right in front of you. Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't realize that wasn't like juice.
Juice is a good hanging
I didn't know
cure.
it came in like cartons.
Apple juice? Oh
Oh
my god.
I like her.
Oh!
That's what they'll have in common. All the drinking and the parties. It's exactly what she imagined.
Aw.
Really good at lying.
All bass players in the show are so cool.
Then where's your bass? Forgot it. Oh no. She's in the middle of something? Worried about the pressure? Overwhelming?
Just get her and her bandmates to come, right?
Mm-hmm. Wants to forget everything? Is this like what Bocchi could be in the future?
Jesus.
Let's try this at home.
Don't try this at home.
The voice actor even is going a little older.
Oh.
Shining back then. Putting some skin in the game. No. I mean, there's a point, but like... Oh, great, lots of foot traffic.
Oh my god.
Phone's cracked.
The phone cracked is such
I
a good
know, it's
detail.
perfect. Expectations are being set to play some music. You can do it.
I love her. Oh my god.
The idea of being talked about, though, too, can be so scary. So sad.
Best friends. God. I love that they can see how awesome she is.
Mm-hmm.
Good transition.
Uh-huh.
She's feeling it.
Giving you a foundation to shine!
Oh! What a shot!
It's just my imagination.
Oh! Oh my god!
They wouldn't be your enemies if they stopped to hear you play.
This is amazing!
Look at how excited she is. Mhm.
I love how her strap is just loose. It fits the personality so well.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's a word for him. What else are they? Of course it was Rio.
You don't think she knows Rio, do you?
I was wondering if she knew the manager.
Ah. Send that text message, Bocchi. Say that you did it. Yes. I'd say that the way Bocchi did it is even more impressive.
Than just having your friends come?
Yep.
Oh, they feel bad. And she's just so happy, and they're thinking that she's like really sad.
I'm glad they're gonna be nice to her anyways.
She deserves it. She did hard work selling those 2 tickets to those strangers.
Okay, that was Bocchi The Rock, Season 1, Episode 6. I don't think we got a name.
I don't either.
I don't care.
We like the character, so it's
I love
okay.
her. I love her.
And we're going to see her again, and she's going to pay Bocchi back for the money.
Maybe.
For the train, yeah.
She might have forgot. She might forget.
I mean, rockers obviously have very, very little money, or they don't have good money management. That could also be
I mean, you need to prioritize your happiness spiral, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't know that they sold the sake in little cartons. I think that's so cute.
They sell, like, wine in cartons.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
Yeah. I think that's cuter than, like, the see-through, like, buzz balls, you know? I don't like those. Those look weird.
I did think that she had some type of, like, apple juice at first.
Which would be a good hangover thing.
Yeah, but no, she just was still drinking.
Which is arguably a better hangover.
Is that how you get through being hungover?
Maybe.
Maybe you just let it continue until you get, yeah.
You know what? If you asked me though, like, I would, 5 episodes, right? We've seen, I would have never expected us to, like, meet somebody older than us who's in their own band, who drinks and is like, oh yeah, let's play music on the street, dude. Mm-hmm. This is exactly what I think Bocchi needed at this point in time. Like, the confidence that was given to her too, there are no enemies here, right?
Mm-hmm. All of these people stopped to hear you play. Like, they're not against you. no one's going to have, like, the only people that were against you there is probably the police when they come at the end and they tell you that you can't play there.
Yeah.
But either people are going to walk by and they're not going to listen. That doesn't mean they hate you. They just aren't interested. You don't need those people.
Have you ever played music in public?
Like on the street?
Yeah.
I have sung on the street.
How'd that go?
I think it went well.
Yeah?
I was not by myself, so that definitely helps.
How many of you were there?
10?
That's a lot.
Less?
Okay. Huh.
Acapella.
I've done guitar by myself and then with someone previously. And that's... You know what? In the moment, I was like, hell yeah. Like, this is great. Like, looking back, that's terrifying, dude. Yeah.
No, I was definitely decently terrified.
I wasn't even thinking about it. And I was just, like, having fun.
You just gotta pick a spot. It's easier when you're on stage because then there's lights. And I used to do a lot of stage performing, and it was just easier because you can't really make out people's faces, and there's the lights. But when you're on the street, you can actually see people's faces.
And I think that if I did it today, that's all I'd be focusing on. But at the time, I was like so like caught up with myself. like I think I'm much different than I used to be. And I think how I used to be, I was like just in my own world. And
there was this confidence level.
Maybe, but
but
false confidence exists, you know?
Yes. When I was younger, I was very confident in my singing.
Yeah.
So while any other thing, if you wanted me to be on the street, even talking to people, I would have been like, yeah, no, I cannot do that. But I was so confident at the time in singing and there were other people singing with me. I wasn't singing by myself, that I was able to push through any nervous energy. But if I tried to like do that today, I don't think I still have that that confidence that I had when I was younger.
At the time, I had like a decent inventory of songs, but this is like a good example of how it was false confidence. I was like, I had this big inventory of songs, but like, I'll take requests.
You took requests?
And it's like, I knew, and like, it was like, oh, play this song. I was like, I don't know that song. Play this, I don't know that one. Like, it's like, what I knew was not very, like, popular,
yeah, you
right?
had, like, this specific niche genre or type of song.
And then it would inevitably get to the, like, oh, well, just play Wonderwall then. And I was like, I don't know Wonderwall. Like, I made the active choice never to learn that song because of the fucking meme, right? God. Interesting. Okay, let's talk about the show, yeah? Again, this, like, it makes me happy. Even when there are moments of doubt or stress or anxiety. One of the, like, scenes that hit me the hardest this episode was them talking about Bocchi in the band room.
See, yeah, that's the one thing I wrote down because that is like a big fear. Like, we got a couple things in this episode that, especially with the usage of the older character here, are incredibly big fears, which is the what if by the time you're older, you're going to look back and wish that you had lived your younger years a little differently, or you took advantage of that confidence or happiness that you had then. And when Bocchi envisions herself and she's like, my sister already has kids, I don't have a job. Like, there's all of that coupled with this introduction of this character that's like, I need to drink to stay happy in my happiness spiral.
Yeah.
It was just like oh, you've been touching on things that I especially felt when I was a kid or younger and in high school, and now you're trying to get me like in my current state. Like, how dare you?
Well, I think that it's really interesting that, like, not to diss this character who I am in love with so far, but because of the way that she acted this episode, it lent Bocchi an outlet to think about a possible future that she might not have thought about before. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I think that pushes her more directly towards an outcome that she would be happy with herself at. Mm-hmm. And I was really happy to see that. Like, her like imagination of that fictitious life where she was an ant, you know, like that And her reaction to that, I think, is telling for herself, because every time that you are doubting yourself or don't want to continue, and you find a reason to think about a future that you don't want, that can easily work as motivation. And especially when you're feeling no motivation, if you're thinking about the things you don't want to be, that can be motivation itself.
And that theme is definitely sparked and brought up at the very beginning of this interaction, where Bocchi tells the lie about, oh, I tried it for a day and it wasn't for me and I'm giving it up. And the girl's reaction to that is like, what? Like, you can become worthy of it. Like,
Yeah.
do not just give up after one day. You don't have to sell it right away just because after one day you weren't where you wanted to be. You weren't at the place that you want to be.
I like the amount of clarity and wisdom she offered too, because you could have easily written it where she didn't, like, she was the character that we were introduced to from the beginning of the episode, and then she says something a little bit profound at the end.
Or it wasn't necessarily on purpose that she said anything profound, and Bocchi maybe takes it that way, but she's not like intentionally like being thoughtful.
But the sobering thoughts that she is given and then says to Bocchi are really awesome to see. Like, it literally takes the appearance of her sobering up when Bocchi says something like the lie of only playing a day and quitting, you know, or the idea of like, oh, just close your eyes then if you're nervous about it. Like, it's like the bluntness of it. It's not like a fix for everybody. It's not a fix for all the situations, but sparingly in certain situations, it can be the only fix, you know?
That future is very much not something Bocchi would want. I mean, her room now is filled with this very precious memory that she has now let herself make and let herself be a part of. Her room is literally filled to the brim with it. And then in this future idea of herself, her room is no longer filled with that. Bocchi's out in the world and making friends and doing things that she's excited about. It's filled with garbage and cans, and she's not leaving the room, and her parents are at the point where they've stopped bugging her.
Yeah.
You know, that you've now become you're not even having a relationship that's close with your parents then at that point, where we start this whole episode off and she's like, the only people I have other than these band members are my parents.
Yeah. Let's strip the situation down a bit, right? She is in her closet with a guitar in front of a computer, right? Sure, there's alcohol around and the room's messy. Get rid of that. Sure, there's her mom finally giving up on trying to get her to go to the unemployment office. Strip that away. It's a similar situation that we see Bocchi find comfort in from episode 1. That she likes doing. But the difference now is that she has experienced this other side of things with people who she genuinely cares about and genuinely care about her. Like, that's a step that she never wants to, a step up the stairs that she doesn't want to step back. And the fact that it's so clear in her mind that she does not ever want to, like, take that step back is awesome to me.
It's so clear too that she wants to be better by the fact that she didn't take up her parents' offer of getting their friends to buy tickets.
Even if it was
like motivated by embarrassment or just the fact that it came out so readily, this brag that she could handle it and it was fine. It comes deep down from a place of like not wanting to let herself take that route.
Yeah.
Like, even subconsciously there's part of her that's like, I would love to sell these tickets myself.
Yep.
I don't want it to have to be my parents' friends or other people having to do things for me. Bocchi doesn't want other people to have to pick up her slack.
Do you think that throughout the past 6 episodes, Bocchi has become more easily transparent? Like, her interaction with this person this episode, I felt like the walls broke down easier. They still stood, but they blew down a little bit easier, I
almost feel like you can tell from this interaction just how far Bocchi has come in terms of connecting and being around a stranger and creating a relationship or friendship with them.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, what we're getting is a more extroverted person that is putting themselves out there to create this relationship and friendship. But Bocchi is very almost much more readily accepting of this situation.
I love this show, man. I love that Rio is like, Bocchi's fun. Like that was her takeaway of assuming of like, oh yeah, people find it hard to talk to her, and she's like, what? Like it was like a disbelief in like,
I like that they asked about what Bocchi's like at school, because obviously Nijika and Rio don't go to the same school as
it was
Kika
almost like Rio's response was like, they're missing out. You know?
Yeah. That's exactly what I got too. So that is like that whole scene was like, it hit me in like this like fight or flight place once it started.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, they're talking about her and she's not there. Because that is just like an incredibly terrifying idea. It's the fact that people can say whatever they want to say, especially if the person's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And people are much meaner when the person is not there to hear it or defend themselves. And obviously I never would have thought that these characters would have said anything with any malice toward Bocchi. But even the idea that they would say things that show pity for Bocchi, I still was like, oh no, like, do they pity her? Do they feel bad for her? Are they overly worried about her? No, like, I want exactly what Rio said there, like, Bocchi's fun. Like, that's what I wanted to hear.
And like, it's like it's almost like crazy for me to believe how in tune with her they are. Mm-hmm. Like the book end of the she's lying, when they got that text with the Bocchi thinking, oh, I might lie to them about it. Mm-hmm. Like it's like they know her so fucking well already. I think and that's a point in Bocchi's
so quickly realized that might have put so much pressure on her.
Yeah.
Because to them, that was exciting. That they all were texting back and forth. And then it's almost, it fits Nijika's character specifically because of what we saw from last episode. That she was so excited and so in the moment that she then had to take a step back to be like, but how does Bocchi feel about this?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, while she can easily access that when she's looking for it, she's not like aware of it every second of the day.
Yeah.
Because she is a different person and she operates a little bit differently. And so for them to immediately be like, oh wait, what was really exciting to us and what felt really good to message back and forth might have actually had like an adverse effect on Bocchi.
Yeah. I think it's a point in Bocchi's like bucket for her own ability to communicate and like share her feelings and like who she is as a person. I think that she's probably much harder on herself in her own head than she deserves to be. And I think that she probably doesn't give herself enough credit, because at the end of the day, you know, Rio, Nijika, and Kita can only get what Bocchi is giving, like mm-hmm. to a certain point. And I think that Bocchi's transparency speaks for itself for how well they know her. The scene of the whole pixel art scene.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Was amazing. I have it stuck on like just one of the random frames here, but like this is something that one thing that I love doing in my own life is having like a similar desktop background or the same as my phone. Like I like the cohesiveness. This is something that I'd like make a background. Like this one still of like Bocchi. Like I could like it could obviously be desktop as is, but then it could just be like a like rule of thirds kind of zoom in on her falling off the screen with bubbles coming out like on my phone. It's just like the idea, I always love it in a show that you can pause it on something and it's just like something that somebody else could make if they were just trying to make a single art piece, right? And like post it online or on their Instagram. Or something that you'd
want to frame.
Yeah.
And consider art a standalone piece.
Yeah, and it's a frame. Mm-hmm. You know? My last thing I have is you brought up in the episode the consistency of the character, like through writing. Her phone's cracked. Amazing.
Yes.
Her
amazing
like,
touch.
Her like shirt, like
the strap.
The strap was falling down. Amazing touch. Like it just feels like so. I don't know. So much thought went into it that you didn't need to put attention to.
The phone screen being cracked was like, that was next level to me. The strap, like I was like, yeah, it makes sense with like the movement of this character, the lack of like seemingly somewhat of a lack of an awareness or nervousness around others once drunk, especially.
Yeah.
But then the cracked phone just like really hit me. I was like, this is too real.
It's like in Spider-Man, like Tom Holland Spider-Man's, his phone's always really cracked because Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if Spider-Man's phone wasn't cracked.
Yeah, it's just the attention to detail that like you don't need somebody to point out in universe that adds so much more weight to the character.
Whenever I notice something like that in a show, it makes that show that much more special and much more of a treat to watch to me.
I agree.
When I feel like the people that created it thought about things that are technically unnecessary to the narrative or to the viewing experience, but what they do is that they are incredibly endearing.
Yep. I'm with you. All right, that's all I have you.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about like all these cringy memories of like street performing, like long purple hair, like a loop pedal.
Bocchi's really given me some memories that are cringy for my own younger days.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.